Hi, I'm Justin, cameraman and video editor for Northrup Photo, and this is a video about Hyperlapse, just a quick little overview. Today we'll be using Microsoft Hyperlapse Pro on Windows 10. However, it's also available for Windows Phone, Mac OS. There's also an iOS version, Hyperlapse from Instagram, that's free. Hyperlapse Pro here is $49.99, and they also have a demo which we'll provide a link to, which just has the Hyperlapse watermark on your footage. So it's kind of a great way to test the software without spending the $49.99. But we got the Pro version here. We use it quite a bit for GoPro footage. It's on, say, like the hood of this Yukon we rented in California. That was a perfect example. Or the DJI Osmo, which we use fairly often. So I'll just load up this GoPro clip from when we were out at the El Mirage Lake Bed in California. This interface is extremely user-friendly, and I've not had any problems whatsoever with the software. It's never crashed on me or provided any kind of issues, but they do have a support forum and like a Hyperlapse help page from Microsoft if you need that. You'll trim your clips like you would with any other footage in your preferred video editor. So I'm basically just cutting off the first few seconds before the car starts moving here, just to kind of tighten things up. You'll want to click this next button here. And this is really one of the only points where you'll have some options that you want to modify. There's really not too much to it. So in most cases, if this checkbox is checked here, it will identify what camera model you used. Not all the time. Sometimes when I'm using the Osmo, for example, it can't identify it, but it does a pretty good job most of the time. Furthermore, you can change the shooting mode. So if your GoPro, for example, here was set up to shoot in narrow film mode, then you'd change that. But we typically will shoot wide with the GoPro, so we'll leave that there. Now, you can adjust your speed control here anywhere from 1x, which would be real time, like the same amount of time it took you to film it, or speed it anywhere up to 25x. I found a good starting point is usually I'll start at around 15x, render the clip, check it out, and if I want, sometimes I'll increase it as much as like 23x was like the last video I did last week. It produced some pretty cool results. But 15 is a good starting point. The smoothing functions here, they're standard, which is a little bit faster if you have an older computer or really long footage or high resolution footage. You might just want to choose the standard process, particularly if you're just going to preview it anyway. Also, if it doesn't know what camera model you have, like for instance that DJI Osmo again, this will be the only option available, this standard smoothing option. However, if it's available, it knows your camera model and so on. I usually opt for the advanced option here. It provides better smoothing according to Microsoft here, and is best for action camera videos with forward motion. So more often than not, I will choose this advanced smoothing option here. Finally, you'll want to just indicate where you would like your rendered file to output to. It will name it something like this, like your original file name and Hyperlapse, and then the speed you chose. For whatever reason, when we use 4K footage, it always tries to knock this resolution down to 1440p, so I like to make sure it's in the resolution that we shot it in, the 4K footage. And same for the frame rate. Our video editing workflow typically is 29.97 frames per second. I think most cameras, that's kind of the standard nowadays. So just whatever frame rate you typically would use, but in this case, in our case, it's 29.97. Then I'll usually disable this checkbox here, include the end credit, because that's just a little animation that's tacked on at the end there. So we'll go ahead and start processing the Hyperlapse. This can take anywhere between like 5 and 15 minutes in most cases. It's usually pretty fast, even when doing the advanced smoothing. Thanks for watching this video on Microsoft Hyperlapse. Feel free to check out Stunning Digital Photography or just our other books and videos at stp.io/shop. Thank you.